Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Tea with Mon Amie. Today it is just me again, Imani, here to talk to you guys about the trunk show that we are having this weekend and next weekend. And I am so excited about it. Like, seriously, you guys, this designer is new to us. This is our first trunk show with him, and we got the dresses in, and I've been looking through the dresses, and I'm just obsessed. I'm obsessed with every single one of them. I'm like, do I need these in my own closet? I'm thinking probably. But let's jump into the dresses. I'm going to tell you first a little bit about the designer. I haven't even introduced him yet. The designer is Dylan Parienty Paris, and he has given us his Couture 21 collection, his Secret 20 and 21 collections as well. So just Couture 21, Secret 21, and Secret 20. Bridal Secrets is what they're called. So the company was actually founded by Dylan Parienty. That's his real name. He's a real designer, and he's super young. He was only 24 when he started the company. So I think that's so impressive because it definitely is giving me couture vibes. It looks like it was designed super well with lots of details in mind. So we're going to jump into some of the gowns that stood out to me in the collection, and I'm going to tell you guys a little bit more about them and how I would style them and who I think they would be for, like what kind of bride they would be for. So I'm first going to talk about Amelia, Megan, and Bunmi. And if I'm pronouncing these names incorrectly, please forgive me. I'm doing my very best. But so the reason why I picked, and I kind of grouped these styles together because I was like, there's a couple that have similar features to them, and I think that I want to talk about them as a group because I think they would kind of appeal to the same bride. So Amelia is this ball gown with lots of layers. It has polka dots and a beaded belt. It's got this beautiful bodice that kind of has, all of these are tulle. So Amelia, Megan, and Bunmi are all tulle. So just know they're tools. I talk about them, but it's got this beautiful bodice, and the tulle kind of comes up and kind of like flares out of the bodice a little bit. Again, you guys know when I describe these, the best thing for you guys to do is just to go online and look at the pictures, but that's Amelia. And for me, I love Amelia because it has like really cute, unique touches to it. So for somebody that is really into couture, somebody that really likes some structure and wants unique touches, the glitter polka dots on Amelia, I think, give you that. If you want a little bit of sparkle, but you don't want like it to be a lot, I think the glitter polka dots on Amelia paired with this really pretty small beaded belt that is on the gown are perfect. I do also think that this would be a great dress for somebody bustier. And this is my opinion because of the way that the tulle comes up and over. So if you're a little bustier and you're looking to wear like a strapless gown, I think Amelia would be great. And honestly, I also feel the same way about Bunmi, but we'll get to Bunmi in a little bit and I'll talk to you guys about that as well. But yeah, so if you're a little bustier, I think that Amelia would be a great choice because that little bit of extra tulle won't have you feeling like you're like hanging out of the dress, which I've heard from a lot of women that are bustier as a concern of theirs. They're like, I don't want to do strapless because I don't want to feel like I'm falling out of the dress. Well, that extra fabric on Amelia might be perfect for you. So let's get to Bunmi, since Bunmi is really close to Amelia. So the difference between Bunmi and Amelia. First of all, Bunmi is a part of the Secret 21 collection. So they're different collections. Amelia is the Couture 21. Bunmi is the Secret 21. And Bunmi is got the same kind of layers as Amelia has, but it is completely embellished. And when I say it's completely embellished, I mean the beading that they're using on it is very white beading. There's not like a ton of silver beading on the gown. So even though it's completely embellished, I do think it would still fit somebody who was looking for something that was more on the simple side, or they weren't looking for something with a ton of embellishment because the embellishment is a little flatter because of the color of it. So I think if you're kind of debating, you're in between, you want something with a little something, but you don't want to go like completely like hardcore embellished, then I think that Boomy would be a great choice for you. It also has this really thick waistband in it. So if your waist is like a problem area for you, I think that that would be really great because it would help pull everything together and kind of accentuate that. I also think it would be great if you have a really small waist or you're a little bit more square, because that big waistband is going to kind of emphasize that area, kind of pull everything in, and then paired with the layers that are going to make the hips fuller, it's really going to create a beautiful shape for you. So, and again, the bodice is tall, so it would be good for a bustier woman as well, in my opinion. So then that brings me to Megan, or Megan. I don't know. It's like Megan with an E. So hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. But Megan is very similar to Amelia and Boomy because it has those layers. So the big key differences are it's got a deep V. Okay, so the deep V through the center. The tulle is like a ruffled, kind of like pleated tulle. And then it's got these like cut sleeves. So they're like 3/4 sleeves, but they're really flowy and they're almost kind of cape-like. And they just kind of hang on the shoulders. And the dress doesn't have anything else on it. It's just like a very clean, simple, pleated tulle. But the details are in the silhouette, in the deep V, in the sleeves. So Megan is a really great dress for somebody that likes what I was talking about earlier with Amelia and Boomy. They like the layers and they like the couture aspect of it, but they really, really want to go more on the simple elegance route where there's not beading or glitter or anything on the gown. The Megan is absolutely stunning. And you guys know, I talk about gowns a lot with, this is the podcast. We talk about gowns a lot with basically everybody we can. And I personally gravitate towards a gown that has beading and some stuff on it, but I also have a soft spot for really beautifully done, simple gowns that don't. And this gown is absolutely stunning. This is one of my favorite gowns in the collections that they sent us, out of both collections or all 3 collections that they sent us. So I love Megan because of the modern couture aspect of it. I think it would be great on anybody with kind of a square shape, like somebody that maybe doesn't have a ton of curve to their body, because again, those layers, like the fullness of the skirt, is going to be really great to add some shape to you because of the deep V. I would say that maybe this would be better for somebody that wasn't as busty, because it doesn't feel like there's a ton of support in that bodice area. I haven't put the dresses on, so I don't know. This is just me kind of speculating on it, but I from my experience, I have heard that like bustier women don't tend to like very, very low cuts because it's harder for support. If you're good with it, you're good with it. And I say rock it, go for it. But it is a deep V, so I would probably say you're not going to get as much support as you might from Amelia and Boomy, who also have kind of like a really structured like corset bodice. There's a lot of boning in those as well. And as far as where I would see these dresses, so these dresses are very, very, very stunning. And I don't necessarily think I could pin a location to them. I think you could do them indoor. I think you could do them outdoor. I think you could do more of like a formal ballroom kind of setting or a formal venue kind of setting. But I also feel like there's something a little whimsical about them. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but I feel like there is something a little whimsical about them where like a garden would be really beautiful for any of them. I know that they photographed Boomy in Thailand, so it was really green where they did that one, and that one is the fully embellished one. So that's where maybe I'm getting like a garden vibe, or like I could also see maybe like an elopement. And I'm a big fan of like large dresses for an elopement. I don't know. I've seen so many elopement pictures where the bride was wearing a really large dress, and I loved it. So I think maybe like an elopement abroad or something like that, these dresses would be beautiful for as well. But I think you could just do these so many different ways. You could style them so many ways. I would probably refrain from doing a veil with Megan because of those beautiful sleeves. But that's my personal take on how I would style it. For me, like with Megan, with the beautiful sleeves and the deep V and everything like that, I would do like a really low updo, like something really clean and beautiful, like gorgeous earrings and like a beautiful hairpiece. That's how I would do Megan. But for Amelia and for Boomy, I would probably put a cathedral veil with them, honestly. There's so many possibilities with these gowns, and I think that's why, I mean, those are like my top 3, my personal top 3. I just love them so much, and I can see them done so many ways, and they could be so beautiful every single way. So my next 3 I want to talk to you guys about are Diana, Louise, and Geralda. Diana and Louise are from the Couture 21 collection, but Geralda is from the Secrets 20 collection. So what these gowns had in common for me was the softness of their silhouettes. So if you guys didn't get from before with Amelia and Megan and Boomy, those were all like ball gowns. These ones, I think, also would fall under the ball gown category. They maybe could be like an A-line deal, but they're very soft and they're very light. So if you're not looking for the fullness, these could be really great gowns for you. So I want to talk about kind of what makes these gowns different from each other, since I've grouped them together. So Diana has this built up neck, like this ruched tulle built up neck. And it's got these large kind of puffy sleeves. I would say they maybe fall under like a 3/4 sleeve, but they're really kind of a short sleeve. It's a really interesting thing. And the bodice is ruched as well. It's got sparkle tulle throughout the gown, and it just falls really softly. Louise has 3D floral applique on the bodice primarily, and then when you get to the skirt, it's like, I would say maybe it's like 3D floral, but it's just like a lot of texture, like a really textured skirt. It's got like a one shoulder strap, and then on that same side of the one shoulder strap, it's got the off the shoulder strap as well. And then Geralda has these detachable sleeves, which you guys know I talk about how much I love detachable sleeves. They are iconic. And it's got this sparkle floral applique through the bodice. It's got the tulle, and it's got that tulle ruched bodice that the other ones kind of have. And then the silhouette is super soft on this one too. It just falls very, very, very delicately. So to me, these dresses have in common the lightness, of course, with the softness of the silhouette, but they're also super, super feminine. And I believe they're really feminine because of the floral touches, and also on Diana, that neckline with those sleeves. I just feel like that is very feminine, like very feminine couture. It's just really beautiful. So I think Diana is really great, and it covers something in the line that a lot of lines don't have in their collections. I think it's really great for anybody that is looking for something more conservative because it is built up. And it's built up in a way where it doesn't look like you're covering everything. It just looks like a really artistic touch to the gown. It's just very classy. And that neckline is almost kind of timeless to me. And it has the puffier sleeve, so I'm sure people would disagree with me on that. But I feel like that neckline, it's almost kind of like a baby doll neckline, like on like those dresses kind of with like the Peter Pan collars, but it's not, it obviously doesn't have the Peter Pan collar, but that's kind of what it reminds me of. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but that's how I feel. Like that's what it's reminding me of. And then those sleeves are like kind of off the shoulder a little bit because the neckline covers the shoulders a little bit, the ruched neckline that's built up, and the sleeves are gorgeous. It literally looks like a doll's dress. And I think it is absolutely stunning. And then the mixture with the sparkle tulle. So for me, that would be really great for somebody that wants to wear something that's a little more conservative, but still wants that couture edginess to it that is also super feminine. I would love that dress in a garden as well. And I also see it a couple different ways. Before I started recording, I was thinking about it. I was like, how would I style this dress? I feel like you could do so much with it. Again, I would probably do like a looser updo for the hair, and then maybe like a low placed veil. And then if I didn't do a low placed veil, I would say like a really beautiful like floral headpiece, like a headband, like a floral headband that just kind of sits, or like a floral rope. I think that would be really beautiful with this gown. I also, because, and I didn't mention these about the sleeves, I do believe that the Diana and Megan would be really great for anybody that has wants to cover their arms up a little bit because the sleeves are so large. I don't feel like it looks like it's obvious that you're trying to cover your arms. I think sometimes when you just put a long sleeve on your arms, if your arms are like a problem area for you, you're like, I don't want to show my arms. Sometimes it's like the long sleeve doesn't do as much as we think it does. And that's something I feel like I've had to learn with it, because my go-to is always like, I want to cover my arms, so I'm going to put a long sleeve on. But sometimes a tighter long sleeve doesn't do everything you think it does. So I think the looseness of a sleeve will do that for you, because it's a larger sleeve. So with Megan and Diana, if you're looking to kind of cover your arms a bit, I think that those could be really great choices. And yeah, I love Diana. I think Diana is it's one of the most unique gowns in the collection to me. So Louise next. I love Louise because I am a sucker for 3D florals. Any kind of 3D floral, when I see that, I'm like, this is so beautiful. And I feel like it's very on trend right now too. Again, Louise, I would probably see in like a garden or something like that, but I like the neckline of Louise. I think it would be pretty for somebody who was bustier or somebody who wasn't bustier, because the one shoulder provides a little bit more coverage for you, but also it has a little bit of sexiness because it has an opening through kind of the middle of it. So it gives you a little bit, but without giving you too much. I also like that it has the off the shoulder element to it. I think that gives it a really nice touch that makes it a little bit feminine as well, makes it a little bit more romantic looking and all of that. I feel like this gown would be pretty on somebody that maybe had a little bit broader shoulders, because I personally feel like one-shouldered gowns always look really great on people with broader shoulders, or somebody that wants to show off their décolleté. That would be kind of who I would think to put this gown on, and maybe somebody with a little bit of height, just because the skirt is a little bit fuller and it's very textured. I also would put this gown, I think I already said that I'd also put this gown in a garden. I put this gown somewhere outdoors, somewhere with like really beautiful picture areas, because that skirt and the 3D florals on the bodice need to be captured by a photographer. Like, I would definitely want this gown to get that. So to be able to show that part of the gown, since that's such an important part of it. So Geralda has the detachable sleeves, which I love. And I love the detachable sleeves because, again, when you're dancing, you do not have to worry about raising your arms and them not being able to go up. You can raise your arms all night, whatever, it's super great. So I love Geralda because it is very wearable. And to me, it fits what a lot of brides ask. The silhouette is really gorgeous. If you're curvier, it's perfect. If you're not curvy, it's perfect. It has the sleeves, and where the sleeves are, it's off the shoulder, so it's super romantic, super feminine. And the flower applique is there. It's not too much. It's like just enough. So with this gown, I think like a really long, simple, like very light tulle veil would be gorgeous. I would see this like anywhere. I could see this as an elopement gown. I could see this outside. I could see this indoors. I just think it is so gorgeous and so wearable. I think it would be beautiful on somebody that was maybe a little shorter. I think it would be beautiful on somebody that was maybe a little taller. To me, as I was looking through the gowns, I feel like this gown is the most versatile in who it would fit, meaning like the type of bride. I think it would look great on anybody. And I also think that it would be the most versatile in terms of where you could wear it. I really think you could wear this gown anywhere. I love the support of the bodice. And I will say it's a pretty consistent theme with him, where you see a lot of support in the bodices. So to my larger busted girls, I think that is super great. But I also think it's great to any of my plus size brides. It's important to note that their plus size does not go up to some of the other larger sizes with the designers that we have in store, but it does go up a little bit to plus. So I think just confirm, if you're coming in and you're interested in these gowns, confirm with your stylist on that one, because I looked at their chart briefly, and it does seem like it does have maybe like the start of plus on it. So with plus size brides, I think that that's really great to have the structure that we all want, you know? So I would say that that's pretty consistent with him. So that's Geralda, or that's Geralda. So that's Geralda. And I really love that gown. I think it's just really great. And again, these gowns have a little bit softer fullness to them. So really great for travel, really great for somebody that wants fullness without all of the weight. So yeah, that's those gowns. I do want to give an honorable mention to 2 gowns because if I could talk about all of these gowns, I would talk about every single one of them. They are so, so gorgeous. Like I cannot stress that enough. But Ratana, which is a Secrets 21 gown, I did put on our Instagram story. It's got 3D floral applique and embellishments all over it. It is one of the gowns in the collection that is a fitted mermaid silhouette. And it is strapless. It's got a corset in it, which gives you support. I love that part of it. It is, again, I mean, I can keep saying it. It is so freaking gorgeous. Or it is so gorgeous. I am obsessed with it. I think it is so, so beautiful. I think this would be beautiful, again, with the long veil, with maybe some of the matching floral applique. I think it would be beautiful hair up or hair down. And then again, on different body types, I think this would be really gorgeous as well. My pear shapes, my hourglasses, my squares, you know, I think that would be the vibe of this gown. It is strapless, but it does have that corset in it. So it will give you a little bit of support. So the other gown I want to honorably mention would be Sheer. And this is out of their Pre-Couture 22 collection. So we're super excited that we got this gown because this is from the brand new, absolute newest collection. And this gown we also posted on Instagram as well. It's got sparkle, it's got some texture, it's got a really pretty ribbon belt, it's got that really light, soft kind of A-line silhouette to it. It is a strapless corset gown. But it's just got a lot of unique touches. I can't go on and explain it completely because I just feel like I'm not doing it justice. But I do think that this gown falls under the romantic, kind of feminine and light category. So if you are, to me, this gown really looks like Paris. It gives me Parisian vibes. So if you're going for that for your wedding, I think it would be beautiful. Again, a soft veil, cathedral or short, I think would be gorgeous. And because of this gown shape, it would be great on somebody hippier, I think, or it could also be great on somebody that's looking to create that illusion that they are a little hippier. So yeah. I also want to say about this collection before I go ahead and wrap it up. These gowns are very detailed, and even like the simplest gowns, I feel like have details on them that make them detailed gowns. All of the details are not heavy detailing. The embellishment is very light. So for somebody that wants to find that happy medium between detailed and simple, I think that this is the perfect designer for you, honestly. I love the range in necklines. I love the range in shapes. I love the couture aspect of it, but it still remains very Parisian in its look to me. So I definitely urge you guys, if all of this sounded good to you, if I was describing your wedding or your look, I really urge you guys to come in and check out this collection. We will have Dylan Parienty here for 2 weeks. So look forward to a lot of content with those. Of course, if you guys have any questions regarding any parts of these dress, feel free to call the store, drop us a message on socials, or email us about them. So if you like this podcast, if you want to keep listening, make sure you subscribe to us and like us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and rate us if you really love us. That would be amazing. You can find us on @Amie Bridal Salon on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok, Pinterest. I think I got all of them. The wedding sites, of course, and anything else if I didn't mention it or I forgot it, it is @Amie Bridal Salon on literally everything. So until next week, I will see you guys later. Bye.